Hello and welcome back. This game is not suited for children or easily disturbed. Welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club. Let's get it. Alright, side stories once again. Self-love, let's just straight into it. Like and subscribe for more. It's only been one day since Yuri's letter was delivered to Natsuki with Monika's help. Because Yuri chose not to attend the club meeting that day, she and Natsuki haven't faced each other since. Although it's only lunchtime, Yuri finds herself anxious, counting on hours until she will need to face the outcome of her efforts, whenever good or bad. And because the passing by our students was making her feel even more anxious, Yuri picked out the most scheduled spot she could find her at lunchtime. Just as staircase is under maintenance, no student would have any reason for coming here. It's such a relaxing day to have the moment of solitude in the middle of a frantic school day. Oh, what are you doing here? I'm just... Yuri grips the book with enough force to wrinkle the pages beneath the pressure of her thumb. Well, what are you doing here? I just came to get a drink from the vending machine. The other one is out of drinks I'd like. Yuri notices Natsuki fidgeting with a few coins behind her hands. She nods, avoiding eye contact. Natsuki also looks away, shuffling over to the vending machine. It's so quiet that every one of her moves seems to reverberate through her entire stairwell. After far too long, she finally receives her beverage, which she then fidgets with the place of the coins. It's some kind of iced tea. But instead of leaving right away, Natsuki just stands in place. She glances all around her. It's like way too quiet back here. It's creepy. I mean, that's not what I meant. Really, I meant it's totally cool that it's your thing or whatever. Like, I can see how it suits you, so... Not because I think you're creepy or something. I didn't mean that either. You know, I'm just gonna stop talking. It seems like a good idea. It's okay. Everything is okay. Yuri finds herself attempting some words of comfort after hearing Natsuki stammering herself into dejection. Seemingly in response, Natsuki approaches the base of the stairwell and hesitantly sits herself down near Yuri. Well, I can leave if you want. Yuri shakes her head. Natsuki twists the cap over her drink and takes a sip. Despite receiving Yuri's gentle permission, Natsuki doesn't say anything more. Yuri continues to read, or at least pretends to. And the two of them just sit there for a long time. Tension seems to fade a little bit as time passes. Even without any words, it seems to mean at least something, though it's not clear what they may be. Lunch ends more quickly than expected. Natsuki is the first to stand out with her empty drink bottle. Are you coming today? To the club? Yuri nods. I'm sorry for being so awkward. I'm really bad at talking about this stuff. I just can't for some reason. I don't know why. But I want to eventually. There's no rush. I promise. Thanks. Wow. It's the next day. Natsuki appears from around the corner and steps up to the vending machine, glancing at Yuri as she does so. Today she seems to be holding some kind of book as well. Oh, you're here again. Well, I just came here to read this because there aren't many people around here. Oh, I thought you didn't like how quiet it was. Well, I don't, but there's no people here. I see. Natsuki sits down. The mood feels much different today than it was yesterday. After yesterday's lunch and the club meeting that followed, Natsuki and Yuri are beginning to feel more relaxed around each other again. Although Yuri's letter is still lingering in the back of Natsuki's mind, she continues to detour around it. But it's only that I'm here. Yeah, I don't care. I mostly just don't feel like dealing with the crap I get from my friends about it. It's especially since they all just assume I stopped reading manga after I joined the literature club. Not that I'm trying to hide it from them exactly, but I just don't want it to come up again now, after I waited so long for this new volume to come out, literally months at this point. You don't have other friends who are into manga? Not unless online friends count. But Sari, but that's different because she's not exactly into it, she just likes it. You know what I mean? Honestly, you're lucky that the book you're into at least just looks like books, so you don't have to feel like everyone is consistently judging you for what you're reading. That would be so awful, especially since I already hate attention so much. Well, it's a good thing I have this thick skin, I guess. By the way, I would totally recommend finding some friends online if you haven't already. If you're like me, I have no one to share your hobbies with. Oh, I have friends online. Since middle school, actually. I was especially desperate back then. It's somewhat embarrassing to reminisce about those days. Sometimes I feel like the me from a few years ago would be benefited from a good smack across the face. Oh, whatever. Were you just all stupid kids back then anyways? Some of my fanfics I wrote, thank God I used Prestuamon, but I liked it all the time. At the time, I got a lot of fulfillment out of it, and plus, I can look back at and say the confidence that I've been a better person since then. So I don't think I would change anything. I wonder if a few years from now we will think the same about the current selves. Probably. That doesn't make you uncomfortable? No, of course not. I don't care what other people think of me, especially someone who doesn't even exist yet. Alright, here. Zuki raises her hand and gives her hand to her face and forcefully slaps her own cheek. That's me from the future coming in terms with me right now. Also, ow, I didn't mean to do that hard. Yuri doesn't seem to react. But then, to Nazuki's surprise, Yuri shyly looks at the other way before lifting her arm and does the same thing to herself, loudly smacking her cheek. She turns red and stares into her lap, but is unable to hide a smile, as though it was a really funny joke. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. I didn't know you had it in you. I don't know. I don't even know why I did that. Maybe I thought I was being funny. Sorry, I keep distracting you. You said you were looking forward to reading, but I keep going on about all this nonsense. I'll let you get to your reading. Oh, right. Yeah, I guess I'll do that then. Conversation ends quickly and Nazuki opens her book. The two read silently for the remainder of the lunch hour. But the whole time Yuri feels distracted by a twist of regret over having to abruptly force the end of their conversation. You're back. Yeah, I'm here to lay low again. Another day has passed. During lunchtime, Nazuki finds herself having wandered to the stairwell once more. Hey, did you buy that? Nazuki quickly notices a bottle of iced tea on the staircase where she normally sits. Yuri nods, avoiding eye contact. What? Like for me? But you didn't know I was coming here today. What if I didn't show up? Well, I mean, I would have drank it myself, I guess. It was a stupid thing to do. No, it wasn't stupid. I just thought, never mind. What I meant to say is thank you. And that is a really nice gesture. It's okay if you don't feel that way. I do. It was the other thing that I didn't like. I swear, please believe me. Yuri pauses and nods. Talking is hard. I get it wrong a lot too. So I believe you. Mizuki exhales in relief. She then sits down next to Yuri and takes a drink. Knowing Yuri, she would probably overthink it too much that Mizuki's tepid response filled her with self-doubt. I'll do something nice for you next time. Please don't feel obliged. I want to. I want to do nice things too. Okay, thank you. You can thank me after I figure out how to do something nice. I'll do it then too. Mizuki sighs. Nothing. It just reminds me how I haven't even been getting along with my friends lately. Is that why you've been coming here? Well, no, not exactly. I haven't been avoiding them on purpose or anything. There are just other things I'd rather be doing during lunch lately. I like being around them when we're all just having fun, but they also just can't take anything seriously. It's when I'm, I don't know, feeling serious, and their attitudes just really get on my nerves. It's only gotten worse ever since I joined the literature club. How come? I don't know. Feels like I'm used to being good at just putting up with it, because it would be so stupid to cause drama over it. I didn't like or something, but I have a hard time doing that lately. But it's my fault for being overly sensitive if I have a problem. It's not gonna demand for everything around me to change, but yeah, I know. Monica and Sari really don't agree with that kind of thing. But they're not in my position, so it's easy for them to say what you should. Just communicate your feelings or whatever. It's not like my friends group does that kind of thing. I would just be making an embarrassment of myself. Sorry, none of this has anything to do with you. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's okay. I like listening. What? Listening to other people's problems? Yes. That's weird. Sorry. I just like learning about people. Do you think it's weird? No, that's not weird. I probably just misunderstood, so I don't know. Does that mean I should keep going? If you'd like. Okay. Well, I don't know what to talk about now. What are some things you like about your friends? A lot of things. I mean, they're really fun to hang out with, like after school and on the weekends. They really like my baking. And it's fun to complain about school together. They make me laugh a lot, and we have a lot of good memories and inside jokes. Oh, I'm better at a lot of those things. So, are those all things that are important to you? Well, kind of, but they're not things I need to get out of everybody. Everyone in the club is really different from that, but I'm still friends with them too. Well, Sari really likes your baking, and she makes you laugh, and she compliments a lot. That doesn't mean she's anything like my other friends. Well, unlike them, she's a nice person who cares about your feelings. Excuse me? How could you... How about you? Don't talk that way about my friends if you don't know anything about you. Mizuki stands up. No, wait. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I didn't want to say something bad. Please don't leave. Mizuki sighs and shakes her head. It's fine. As long as you understand that you can't just judge people like that. I'm sorry. Mizuki sits back down. You can't just compare friends like that and, like, measure who's better and who. Everyone's different. I'm sorry. I just don't like people who want to hurt you. A moment of silence stretches between them. They don't want to hurt me. We just like to tease each other about stupid things. It's fun. I don't like that. Well, that's why my friend's with them and you're not. You like it? Just don't worry so much about it. It's not worth it. I'm sorry. I wish I knew how to help with social conflicts, like how Monica can. She's good at these things. Not really. Also, I don't want help. Sometimes it's just stuff I have to deal with myself. That's what Monica and Sari never seem to understand. Sometimes all you do is just look at them wrong, and all they're like, "Oh, what's wrong? Is everything okay?" I just want to mind my own business sometimes and decide myself if I want to talk about it. The only one who understands that is you. So you really shouldn't be so hard on yourself. You're not as bad as you think. Oh, you don't need to reassure me or anything. I mean that. Plus, it made sense for someone who doesn't talk a lot, would make a good listener. Thank you. You're also nice. It's really hard for me. It doesn't come naturally at all. It's so weird because I always thought to myself of someone who can just say whatever's on my mind. But I feel like that only works when I'm annoyed or upset, when I want to say something mean. Why am I like that? I don't have to answer that. I'm just talking to myself. Yuri nods and remains silent. Nazuki notices her fidgeting with the papers in her book. How come you like reading so much? Oh, well, lots of reasons. But I just get stuck into it so easily. It's so immersive, like I just want to be a part of it. I think there are lots of things about people in real life that make me feel uncomfortable and frustrated, especially when it comes to the following social conversations and groups interactions. I just don't really understand it, and I have no real desire to participate. But it's different with books. It feels like I always want to be around the characters. I feel such a strong emotional connection with them in the way I've never felt with real people. So in that way, it can sometimes feel more relaxing than real life. Really? It's that hard for you to be around people like that all the time? Fairly often, especially in group settings, when people are making all kinds of conversations and saying jokes of all that kind. I don't know what to do, and I just disengage. Oh, that doesn't get lonely. I don't think so. I can still enjoy spending time with people one on one, and I have online friends too, of course. Do you ever do you ever wish that you could be friends with the characters in your books? All the time. Sometimes so badly that it makes my heart ache. Yeah, me too. Really? Hmm, a lot. Like more than anything? After Nizuki's mutters that silence fills the staircase once more, but it's mutual silence, one full of understanding. Wow, that was it. I hope you guys did enjoy that part. I know I did. You guys have a good day, and as always, bye bye.